We are here, folks. Hold on. Hold on. It's 7:40 a.m. in the morning for me. Who's in the chat? Let's see. Amanda Cole Nunchucks. Welcome, everyone. Hit the damn like button. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hit the like button. We are here for the daily market update. Literally. We're going to do the daily market update, and then we're going to head straight into this. This is in 18 minutes. We're going to watch this together. It's going to be amazing. We're going to see the Hedera stuff. Jacob First, thank you so much for the super fan. I appreciate that, Jacob First. That is amazing. Okay. Really appreciate that. Here we go. We are going to go through the markets, and there was a big Hedera announcement. Okay, there was a big Hedera announcement today already. I'm not sure if that was the special announcement, but it might have been, and we're going to find out more about it in here. I don't know if they have another announcement or something, but we're going to talk about the announcement that they did make. It's pretty massive. As you can see, Bitcoin is at 47,640. We did get above 48K yesterday, but dude, come on, dude. Really? Like, we need to go above 53K. We need to get above 53K to really start being extremely bullish here. We need to get above 53K. Ethereum 3,500. I like this. If we look at the grand scheme, thank you iRep Legacy for the sub on Twitch. I'm only reading YouTube chat, by the way. Only reading YouTube chat. Let me turn on TikTok Live here. We're going to turn on TikTok Live. As you can see, look at this. This is a pure mixed day right there. I do love the mixed days because you can pick up some of these and expect them to, go up, I guess. Hold on. I'm going to turn on the TikTok Live. Here we go. Boom. Okay. So what else do we have? We need to start with the major news right here. Okay, the major news. Thank you for the follow there. Okay, we need to kind of turn those off, I think, but that's okay. Hedera Governing Council, all right, to allocate $5 billion in Hbar to independent foundation and ecosystem development initiatives. This is the biggest thing, okay? And as we can see, Hbar did have a wick right here to 57 cents. Are you serious? 57 cents? That is pretty crazy. My thoughts on VeChain. I mean, we can talk about VeChain at the end of this. We're going to be on here for a while because we're going to watch the entire thing. Hold on, let me put the background right here. Damn, bro. Okay, I didn't even get that. Boom. Yeah, so look at this. We are really really pumping right now. Now, yesterday I said we might do the opposite of this, right? We might do the opposite. But we got this news right here. Hold on. We got this news, and this is big. This is big. This is going to help the ecosystem so much. Victor, thank you for the 50 DKK. I'm not sure what that currency is, but I love you too, and keep up the nice work. I will. Appreciate that. Look at this. Thank you to Victor. This is like, okay, so $5 billion, right? Is that the biggest grant program I've ever seen? I think it's the biggest grant program I've ever seen in my life. $5 billion. Towards the development of the Hedera ecosystem. Also, one thing I want to point out is Vector Space is literally pumping right now. Make sure y'all have hit that like button. Let's see how many likes we're at. We got 341 watching. Let's get to 200 likes. Just click that like button. Yeah, Vector Space 1743. Are you like, we're about to hit $20 without KuCoin. Have we ever hit $20 on here? I'm not sure what the all-time high is. Let's check. All-time high is 1947. So clearly we did not break 20 bucks. which coin should we buy now for the long term? Take a question from chat. You should look at Engine. I've been telling people Engine is a good buy. I've been telling people Theta is a good buy. Energy Web Token as well. Energy Web Token at $11 is kind of crazy. That's like super good. But let's cover more of this. So basically they're going to take, what was it? 20% of the total supply, right? This is coming from the treasury. It's not like they're dumping this or anything crazy like that. They're just allocating this to building the ecosystem, which is the best thing a coin could ever do, is allocate money to the ecosystem. Andre, thank you for the sub. Appreciate you. So, take a look at this. $2.5 billion is going into the Hbar Foundation. Now, if we look at my post from yesterday on Twitter, you can see, look at this. The Hbar Foundation glitched onto what's it called? FTX app, which was previously Blockfolio, right? Damn, we need to turn these off. Thank you, Shawarma. Hbar Foundation, it glitched, the logo changed. I guess this is the logo for the Hbar Foundation. So we know now that there is a newly established Hbar Foundation, and it will have autonomy over the administration, development, and deployment of its Hbar distributions, and will provide grants. So if y'all are trying to build something, there's $2.5 billion available for you to build on Hedera. That's what this announcement is. And we're going to see, is this the special announcement or isn't? Like, is this a special announcement or not? I can't tell. They haven't really said, yes, this is the special announcement. But we're going to be watching this live on camera, right? We're going to be watching this together. I hope they have another special announcement. But if they don't, 5 billion is still insanity. That's like super crazy. Super crazy. So let's move into... So I told you about Energy Web. Energy Web would be a good purchase right now, in my opinion. Dollar cost average. Also Cosmos. I mean, Cosmos is something I'd buy in a bear market. A lot of people want to know what I would buy in a bear market. I would stack a lot of Cosmos, as well as a bunch of other things. Somebody is saying, check Twitter, no more announcement. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And learn about our announcements today. Okay. That's interesting. That makes sense. Okay, so I wanted to cover some Twitter right here. Tony, before we get into it, we have 10 minutes right there, right? 10 minutes until the Hbar stream starts. But Tony right here, ideal bullish scenario for Q4 that will send the market into a massive bull run. SEC approves multiple Bitcoin ETFs. That's already kind of stretching it a little bit. Ripple wins the lawsuit and XRP gets relisted, also giving clarity to the rest of the crypto market. And Congress passes crypto regulations. This is what I would call a perfect storm right here. This would be a perfect storm. Have you seen the smart contract speed up announcements? What? Do you think XRP will drop a bit before it pumps hard? I mean, how much further can this thing drop? All it does is it's just staying as a stable coin. Are you watching the whole thing here? Yes, we'll be live for this whole thing. We'll be live for the whole thing. XRP Legend also says XRP is getting relisted on Prime XBT exchange. Third exchange to relist this week. Super bullish. So, of course, the XRP community makes everything the biggest deal. These exchange listings are actually not that crazy. It's not that crazy. This has been off and on, relisting, delisting, all that stuff. It's been off and on. Hbar market cap only at 5 billion. It can easily move higher. I agree. definitely. Also got Holden's investing. I missed Apple in 1984. I missed Microsoft in 1998. I missed Bitcoin in 2009. It's 2021 and Quant is here. Absolutely. I do agree. And then we got the last thing I want to cover right here before I talk a little bit about some decoding that I've realized. Fat ALBT says, I'm not sure why many people diss Quant Mommy. This is Quant Mommy right here. She used to be an XRP maxi but changed her mind. She got into Quant and Alliance Block and VXV. Okay, this is like, do not ever be mad at somebody for changing their mind on XRP. But if they have been shilling it, I guess you could be a little bit salty. But I guess she found something that made her change, made her switch up. Leighton, you said Electroneum. Thank you for the member. The master member, appreciate you. You said Electroneum. Oh, you've been a member for 6 months. Wow. Okay, Electroneum. Let's talk about Electroneum. So that's all the daily market update we have. Like, if you guys look at the news, like, this is, like, we got AMC accepting ETH and Litecoin. Dude, who cares, right? Okay. Great Oaks from Little Acorns. Thank you for the 5. Been with me for a long time. Thanks for always believing. Sitting on 100K. Been stacking since January. Let's go, dude. January, you've been stacking? Wait, and I see you have the shoe bill as your profile picture, if I can see that correctly. I'm not sure. But thank you for that. You have 100K. Let's go. That is very good. That is very good. So this news, like, dude, this is nothingness. Most of the crypto news in the past couple weeks has been nothingness. Cardano smart contracts is kind of just, like, okay, we need to talk about Electroneum, though. 2.5, okay, 0.025. Let me check this out. Looks like we're coming down. I did tell people that they should be starting to take profits, if I remember correctly, on TikTok Live. By the way, if you're on TikTok Live, read this. We're live on YouTube right now. Read all that. We're only answering questions from there. I will be watching the Hedera stream. I will be watching the Hedera stream, though, live on here with all of you. It's going to be amazing. Mason, you're so quant. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so let's check out the Hbar price action. Look at this, okay? Look at this. We really had a pump for this news, right? This is like right when the news came out, I believe. If we look at their Twitter, this came out 6:18 a.m. and it looks like it might have been around there, and we had a huge pump to 57, 0.57. Expectations on ETN. Dude, expectations on ETN. I already told you guys my plan. I'm holding until the end of September when the fork happens. I will be holding Electroneum until the fork happens. I think this is just getting started, dude. People say this is a dead project from 2018. The only thing I'm worried about is that they did an ICO. They completed a $40 million ICO. So I'm kind of worried about that a tiny bit, but that's the only thing, really, you know. And this is, I think they're just getting started. ETN long term, I already just told you, it's not necessarily long term. I need to see what happens in September. Do they get listed on Binance? Do they actually complete their announcements that they've said they're gonna do? If they don't, then you gotta, the credibility starts ticking down. Yeah, so this is like Electroneum, man, like that 21 billion supply, kind of mirroring Bitcoin almost. It's interesting what they've done with this. They have an app, like the app is going crazy, right? Their app has a bunch of downloads. I've downloaded their app. Nick Lucero, thank you so much for the 5. I appreciate you, Nick. You're making money. That's all we're doing over here, dude. Many people have made, dude, I'm up 1,000% right now still on XYO. I'm up 1,000% still on XYO. So by the way, we got 5 minutes exactly until we start watching this stream right here. We're gonna watch it and see what's going on with the stream. So we're probably gonna be commenting on some of the stuff they're talking about. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but I'll just watch the whole thing on here. And it's going to be dope. And hopefully they have another special announcement. But if they don't, they're going to be explaining what this is about for us. 500 all in one coin, which to put it on. Dude, 500, look at something with a smaller market cap so that you can make more gains, right? You don't want to put $500 in Bitcoin. That makes no sense whatsoever. To me, that does not make no sense, dude. That's like putting $500 in gold and trying to make huge gains, basically. Don't be doing that. Put $500 into at least Ethereum. If you want one of the big blue chip coins, put it at least into Ethereum. There's more potential for bigger percentages there. LCX is good. Yep. LCX is definitely good. You watched the deep dive on XYO. You made bank and took profit. Nice. Nice. Wow. I'm looking for a nice altcoin. Okay, Engine, Theta. XDC also has been slow. It might pick up soon. 12.4 right here. Look at this. This has just been super slow right there. That's been super slow. That has been super slow. Hbar is the next Bitcoin. Hbar is like the altcoin, like ULT coin, you know? Not ALT coin. It's like the ultimate coin. How about Algo? We could talk about Algo. Let me see. Okay, we did the same thing. This is almost like a little swing trading coin right now. It keeps dipping below $1 and just keeps pumping right to this same level of like 216. Like Algorand has not even broke its all-time high yet. We still have an all-time high from 2 years ago on June 21, 2019. That's interesting. All-time high at 328. So, how long we got? 2 minutes and 15 seconds. After we watch this, we'll definitely stay live for a little bit and do some question and answer so you guys can get your questions answered after we watch this. We're going to see what happens. Am I selling half of my ETN or all of it? I'm not selling any. I'm waiting for what happens in September. For the announcements in September. I'm waiting. Hold on. Yeah, I'm waiting for the announcements in September. We might have a we literally might have a announcement of we might have an announcement of Binance listing, I think. So I don't know. But we're going to watch this. This is how you keep up with a project, by the way. For all the beginners, you need to be subscribed to their YouTube channel. You need to keep up with what they're doing. We're going to keep up. This is the 2-year anniversary. Also, make sure you hit the like button. Let's get up to... Oh, that's not even mine. Wow. Let's get up to 300 likes. How is it possible that we have 500 watching but not 300 likes? Doesn't make sense. Smash that like button. I don't think anything will affect the price of Hbar. I think it may go up. That is what it did on this news. It has pumped to 57 right there, but it got pushed down and we closed that at 55, which is cool. Do I open my portfolio on Crypto Night? Yes, I do. My portfolio is open on Crypto Night. Have you seen Hbar's tweets about new contracts? What? About new contracts? I feel like they have a multitude of announcements today. It's not just... Look, they're following 22 people too. That's interesting. Okay, so they're pushing this live stream out pretty big right here. With the enhancements to Hedera's... Okay, scalable to hundreds of TPS with finality. Okay, cool. Okay, this is about to start, folks. Let me turn off the music. We're gonna we're gonna watch this here. This is how you keep up with the project. This is actually how you keep up with the project. We're doing our work right here. Dude, you think you're gonna make millions and not do work? This is our work, is studying this stuff. Okay, we're here. We're gonna watch this live with everybody. Watch this. I'm gonna put some hearts in the chat. Hold on. Let me put some hearts in here. Come on, where's the heart at? Okay, we're starting. Let me make sure the volume is good. Let's see what they have to say, dude. I'm actually excited to see what they have to say. I want to hear them. I want to hear them explain the grant program more. Like, what if one of you guys can get like $1 million grant, dude? What if you guys could get like $1 million grant? That would be insane. If you guys are like a developer or something. Okay, it looks like, come on, no background music? No background music, Hedera? Come on. Where's the background music, Hedera? Hello, future, the trust layer of the internet. This, if you guys know how I found Hedera, my reaction to basically finding Hedera is on camera, by the way. It's my first video. Okay, here we go. We're starting. Oh, some nice graphics here.
Hedera is the most used, sustainable, public distributed ledger in the world.
Facts.
With use cases from preserving testimony to anchoring warning systems.
Facts.
Ensuring the safe storage of vaccines and allowing us to get back to life as we knew it. Offsetting our carbon footprint while enjoying the new token economy.
Dude, this is kind of like epic right here.
These are just a few of the game-changing applications built on Hedera, which is governed by the world's leading organizations and fueled
Facts.
by Hbar, the world's greenest cryptocurrency.
Oh,
What
world's
future
greenest?
will you build?
Man, I wanted that to be longer. Can that be the whole video,
Welcome,
just
Hedera
flexing?
community, to the 2-year anniversary live stream of Open Access.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, future. Here's co-founder and CEO, Mance Harmon.
Damn, this is some official
Hello,
shit.
everyone. I am delighted to be here with you to sort of
Okay,
memorialize, celebrate
he's up in the corner.
fact that we've launched the network now 2 years ago. Very glad that we have this opportunity to take a look back in time at some of the projects that we've completed along the way, and then also say hello again to the future and talk about what is on the horizon for the project.
That is what I want to hear.
In the coming months and years. So with that, let's dive right in.
There's no
Next
sound
slide,
because you're
please.
not watching on
Thank
YouTube.
you.
We can see the screen on YouTube.
One more.
Read this.
So as many of you that have been with the project from the beginning understand and know already, there were a number of problems that we wanted to directly address when we began to design the project from the start.
Oh, they're about to slaughter every
Low
project right
processing
here. Watch.
speeds, predictability and cost, security vulnerabilities, transparency, and then of course, we knew then that the proof of work systems and the amount
Were
of
trash.
energy that they were consuming would not be sustainable
Exactly.
at scale.
They're
That
trash.
the market would wake up, understand that
Facts.
something had to change. We designed Hedera from the beginning to be very low in terms of energy consumption, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit further.
Exactly.
Low
Watch
processing
them.
speeds were a big problem, of course, back in 2017 when we initially kicked off the project. Thinking back to that point in time, Bitcoin and Ethereum, 7 transactions and 15 transactions per second on a global scale, obviously nowhere near what is required to scale enterprise class
Exactly.
applications, or even applications that we're seeing today that are not enterprise class. We address those directly with the Hashgraph algorithm.
They're just flexing
High,
on everybody. Watch.
Unpredictable processing costs. If a developer is building an application on top of one of these layer 1 platforms, they need the ability to predict accurately what their costs are going to be for the use of the platform. We directly address that in the platform by having USD denominated costs associated with the API calls. And we have ultra low costs associated with those API calls today. Security vulnerabilities. We built Hashgraph. Lehman Baird invented Hashgraph from the beginning, understanding that as the market matured and the value of the applications running on top of the platform continues to go up, that the amount of money that would-be attackers are willing to spend to attack the network or attack a given application will also go up. And therefore, from the beginning, Lehman wanted to create an algorithm that achieved the theoretical limit of what can be achieved. in terms of security for a distributed consensus algorithm. Of course, Hashgraph achieves that. So we directly address security vulnerabilities in the consensus algorithm with Hashgraph. And then finally, centralization and transparency concerns. We built a governance model that is by design meant to be
closely.
the most decentralized governance model of any of the layer one platforms, and it's fully transparent. You know who the council members are that are running the nodes, you know where they are running the nodes, you know what decisions they make in regards to the network.
See, look how he explained the centralization aspect.
So
that's like,
in terms of performance, we achieve 10,000 TPS in a beta version of the product that we're planning to move to V1 in the near future. We'll talk more about that later in the live stream. 10,000 capacity for 10,000 transactions per second today, with finality measured in seconds. For security, as I'd mentioned, Hashgraph checks the box. It's asynchronous, Byzantine fault tolerant. That means it doesn't have a leader. It's not a leader-based algorithm. There is no single point of failure like there necessarily can be if you're not asynchronous Byzantine fault tolerant. And it's a proof of stake system, which means that the consumption, energy consumption, is incredibly low for the platform. In terms of stability, we've made from the beginning a commitment to the market that the network will never fork. We achieved that both through legal and technical controls, and we've created price stability in the API costs by denominating those in USD. For governance, we've created a world-class governing council by design to be the most decentralized in the market.
A lot of people would argue that
those
not
members
decentralized.
Run the initial network nodes. We have a roadmap to adding additional nodes outside of the nodes run by the governing council members. I'll touch on that in a few moments as well. And of course, the governing council manages treasury. Sustainability, we are the greenest of the platforms in the market. And UCL published a paper recently, a report that describes in detail the work that they've done to analyze the different layer ones. And they concluded that Hedera Hashgraph is the greenest.
Oh my, XDC has claimed to be the greenest, and Algorand as well.
Back in 2017, Lehman and I decided it was time to take the work that had been accomplished over years in developing the Hashgraph algorithm, the initial code base, and build a public network from that. In the fall of 2017, we hired the initial team members. In March of 2018, we announced to the world Hedera Hashgraph. We then raised a lot of money through the spring and into the summer. We raised $123 million. Those were through SAFT sales. In the fall of 2018, we launched the network. We minted 50 billion tokens. And we then invited a small number of partners to begin
watching what he says here
as we continued to harden it to the point where we could open it for general use.
I know what they're doing. I'm going to tell you what they're doing with this after.
We announced our first 5 council members in February from Seoul, Korea. 2019 really as a year was marked by our operationalizing or creating the council and making it possible for the council to actually govern in the way that we had envisioned. Through 2019, we added an additional 5 council members. We had open access in the fall of 2019. That's what we're here celebrating today, the 2-year anniversary of open access. And then with open access, at the time of open access, we launched or announced 26 apps that went live with open access. In 2020, we began to observe how the community was using the platform. What things seemed to work, what things weren't quite right, what features needed to be tweaked, or what features needed to be added to the platform in order to give the community the tools that they need to very quickly and efficiently build out the dApps that they cared about. Through that process, we decided to add a couple of new features, a couple of new services. One was the Hedera Consensus Service. which we added in the late summer of 2019. And then the second one was the Hedera token service, which we added in February of this year. So through 2020, we continued to observe and refine and build to get to the point where it was easy for the community to go to market with the solutions that they cared about. And we continue to add more council members. This year, the world changed, not just for us, but for the crypto industry at large, but certainly for us.
Man, I want them to talk about the vaccine shit.
And usage of the platform has skyrocketed, which is a great indicator in terms of our understanding of the features that needed to be built back in 2020 and getting those built and deployed. This year, we've seen fantastic growth in TPS on the network, the usage of the network. We've seen fantastic growth in a pipeline of projects that are building for the platform. We have seen the number of accounts explode. And these are accounts that are real accounts based on the need to use dApps on the platform. These are not accounts just for trading crypto, but accounts that are real in that they need the use of the platform for things that are other than for staking rewards or trading crypto. So it's been a fantastic year for us this year. The council today is 23 members. It's grown since February of 2019. It continues to grow. We will continue to add members until we reach 39. The most recent member that we announced just this week was IIT. Very glad to have them. And what we've seen is on average about one new council member per month. Some months.
Come on, announce a second
one. We
one.
haven't announced a council member. In other months, maybe we will announce more than one. But we've seen a steady growth, a steady number of council members being added to the council. And we're right on track in terms of attracting the caliber of council members that we want to provide the governance of the platform that we've built.
Well, we want NASA, we want SpaceX, Starlink, Tesla.
If we look at actual statistics, use of the network, back about 5 months ago, we crossed 1 billion transactions on the network having been processed. That's a fantastic number. It took about 18 months from the time we opened the network to the point where we had actually processed 1 billion transactions. Damn. A few months later today, we've processed another 600 million. So we're more than 1.6 billion transactions having been processed today.
And how much did Cardano do?
To say that that's far more than Ethereum has processed since
and Cardano.
The beginning of Ethereum back in 2015. The use cases are broad and deep in terms of their coverage and applications, and they are taking advantage of the throughput and the capacity that we have in the network today. User accounts, we're more than 420,000 user accounts. We are aware of more than 100 dApps being built. And I caveat it by saying aware because, like I've said previously, there's no requirement for anyone to talk to us in order to use the network. All that's required is that they have Hbar and can make an API call. So what we believe is that there are hundreds, more than 400 dApps actually using the network today. It's not directly possible to measure that, but for those that we are aware of, we know that there's more than 100 apps that are using the dApp, the platform today for their solutions.
That's really good growth, by the way. Cardano hasn't done jack shit. So let's just take a look
at some of the use cases that have been deployed and are being deployed at this stage.
Oh my, this is going to talk about...
And these are primarily focused on enterprise. So Avery Dennison has gone to market with Atma.io. It's a platform that unlocks the power of connected products by assigning unique digital identities to every item that flows through a supply chain. This provides
like some VeChain stuff.
end-to-end transparency in the supply chain, in the widgets flowing through the supply chain, by tracking them from source to consumer, and then finally beyond, to enable circularity in the understanding of the life cycle of
some
those
VeChain
widgets in the
stuff, I
supply
swear.
chain.
VeChain
If we look
stuff.
at Suku.
Oh yeah,
Infinite
Suku. Let's go.
By Suku. Next slide, please. Infinite by Suku provides a platform to manage your digital closet through claiming ownership and instant sales and exchange of each of your products, of course, built on the Hedera Hashgraph platform. ServiceNow. Next slide.
Look at how many use
ServiceNow
cases, real world
implemented
stuff.
Trusted service level agreements on Hedera via our consensus service. They have new capabilities that are enabled by distributed ledger technology, our services in particular, that are now converging with core enterprise applications that represent a new wave of service innovation. The Coupon Bureau, it's a data exchange connecting all stakeholders in the US coupon ecosystem. They will record all US coupon lifecycle events through, again, the Hedera consensus service. The world's largest consumer packaged goods manufacturers are registering coupons on the network, and redemptions at US retailers will record the use of those coupons in retailer sites through point of sale systems on the network using the Hedera consensus service.
Look at how many real world use cases. That's all I can say.
Piper. DLA Piper's Toco platform is a digital asset creation engine that couples compliance and the regulatory rigor that one gets with a global law firm with innovative technology that's, again, underpinned by Hedera. Toco is addressing a serviceable market that is measured in billions and trillions, ultimately trillions of dollars of value. If we look at EDF, the largest utility company in Europe and a council member, is exploring the tokenization of renewable energy credits to be traded on decentralized marketplaces built on top of Hedera.
Wow.
Standard Bank, is providing decentralized identity and verifiable credentials on Hedera. They're expected to bring a new range of services to their customers across the African continent. In addition, Standard Bank is creating a digital bond issuance platform that paves the way for issuances of tokenized financial assets to a larger portfolio of clients than what is possible today without the use of the platform.
Kuzi, thank you for the 10
These are just some
facts,
representative
bro.
examples
That is very
of the types
facts.
of distributed applications that are being built on Hedera today. I believe Hedera is the market leader, hands down, for enterprise applications.
Yes, it is the market leader
in the DLT space.
But can we get it?
Let's take
in the
a look
top 10?
now briefly at sustainability. Of course, today there is a lot of attention and focus on the environmental impact of the distributed ledger technology in our industry, and rightly so. We're happy to note that the Center for Blockchain Technologies at the University College of London published a sustainability impact report in which they examined the energy consumption of proof of stake DLT platforms. What you see here is a URL for that report. You certainly are welcome to go and download it and read it for yourself.
We got to read that.
The research paper found that Hedera Network had the lowest overall energy consumption of the systems studied. These included Algorand, Cardano, Ethereum 2.0, Polkadot, and
Where's
Tezos.
XDC though?
To give you a sense of scale, just look at the chart, at this chart from the UCL report. It clearly shows that Hedera uses orders of magnitude less energy than the other platforms that were analyzed. And
they're
to
coming at
discuss this
Algorand
further,
low key.
Let's hear directly from Juan Ignacio from the Center for Blockchain Technologies at UCL.
Oh, we got go to a new speaker?
I'm here today with Juan Ignacio, who is one of the researchers who recently
Okay, I think this is pre-recorded now.
The newest study from UCL in terms of sustainability and energy consumption of various proof of stake networks. Hello, Juan Ignacio, how are you?
Hi, Zenobia, good to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me.
What is that dude using?
This
Where
is a
that
really
dude?
interesting piece of research. Can you summarize for us the purpose of the study and, why you looked at sustainability of proof of stake networks?
Sure. Well, I think so. It was all triggered by the will to investigate the environmental impact of distributed ledger technology and the carbon footprint in particular, which takes us to the energy consumption. But then when you start looking at the energy consumption, we all know that Bitcoin consumes a lot of energy. We know that proof of work more generally consumes a lot of energy. And we know more or less that networks consume much, much less.
This dude is glitching out.
Broadly speaking, I'm exaggerating here, but this is as much as we know. So we wanted to know a bit more. How was it?
That dude is
Are
glitching
different
out.
proof of stake networks different? Do they consume more or less all of the same energy, or are there significant differences between one another? And as it turned out, this information wasn't readily available out there. So we decided, why not research? Why not do this investigation ourselves? At least kickstart the discussion, because it's an expensive topic.
Great. And how did you go about your criteria for selecting which networks you evaluated?
We tried to take networks with a high market capitalization. We tried to take, I don't think we say this explicitly, but we tried to take what we thought
I'm waiting for the
could
special
be interesting
announcement.
and what, under a working hypothesis of ours, would provide different results and therefore something interesting to find. So we looked at networks that have some slight architectural differences with each other, because we thought maybe this is going to play a role at the end when we get the energy consumption figures. So we chose Ethereum 2.0, Algorand, Cardano, Polkadot, Tesos, and Hedera.
Right. So now you've selected your set of networks. Can you walk us through the methodology for how you performed the research?
The energy
they're trying
consumption
to
of
prove this.
Distributed ledger is the energy consumption on average of each one of the average node times the number of nodes. So we all need to know is how many nodes there are and how much each node consumes.
I'm convinced this dude is outside of a McDonald's using McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Because some networks, they process a lot of transactions, and some not so many. So it's meaningless to say that one network consumes more than another if the transactions are different. So we need to control by the number of transactions. But transactions, like in what period of time? Ever since the network was created? No, we need like a fixed, consistent period of time, transactions per second. This is what we call throughput.
Look at that graph.
So we now want to know the energy consumption per node and the number of nodes and the throughput. And this is information that we can get. Now, as it turns out, the number of nodes and the throughput, they are interrelated. So we need to model this relationship to try to understand which energy consumption corresponds with which number of nodes, with which level of throughput. So we create a function. It's a simple function describing the relationship between throughput and the number of nodes. Well, all that we need to do is feed in data into the function. And for that, we can get publicly available information, such as the number of nodes and the throughput now and in the past. By doing that, we have our function, we have the number of nodes, and by looking at hardware energy consumption figures, we use our model to get our results.
And what were those results for those who haven't read the paper, in detail?
They're really trying to prove this paper, by the way.
Summarize the results for us.
Like, this is over-explaining.
Basically,
almost.
what we get is that at present, Hedera is the network with the lowest energy consumption. We get that all the networks have, in absolute terms, low energy consumption compared to what we're used to. But
Bitcoin's not even on
the
there.
lowest of them all. Now, of course, as I just said, this is not super interesting if we cannot control by if all the networks, they do not have the same throughput at the same time. So our model shows what networks would perform better or worse if they had the same level of throughput. So this is also something we look at, and we also find that Hedera is pretty much the best for most possible ranges of future throughput. And we have a number of assumptions that could be challenged, but this is precisely what the paper is for, like to construe a starting point, and then we can play with the assumptions, change the model, feed in new data, make it more complex. So honestly, the model itself and the learning process of how to build it and its limitations are also a takeaway that we get from this, because now we can continue doing this research.
Great. Well, Juan Ignacio, thank you so much. We look forward to additional research coming out of
Okay, put Lehman on, please.
UCL and the incredible blockchain center that you have
Lehman,
there. And
Lehman.
thank you for spending some time with us today.
Please, Lehman.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
Okay, Mance is there. Okay,
Okay,
Mance.
great. Next, I'd like to delve into a topic that we think a lot about in the Governing Council, and that
this is very important. Listen up.
decentralization.
This
Our
is very
governance
important.
model is the most decentralized in the industry by design, with council members in every continent except Antarctica. And the members span a broad range of different industry sectors. Also, Hedera is the most transparent. You know who the council members are, where they are, and the decisions that they make for the network. Our nodes are also decentralized, with nearly all nodes running in different infrastructure. And as we continue to add council members, we also add additional validator nodes. We have a well-articulated path to full decentralization of the nodes, starting with council members running the initial set of nodes, followed by permissioned community nodes, which is on the roadmap, as you will see in a few minutes, and then finally to allow permissionless nodes to participate in the network. This is a well-considered path that sets Hedera apart from every other ledger in the market. That leaves decentralization of our Hbar.
I've got some stuff to say after
they get
this.
into the hands of the people that will drive the network in its adoption forward. This is a topic that the council has been discussing and working on for a long time. We created a task force. Earlier this year, we convened a special task force of council members, Hedera staff, and industry experts to discuss how to further create independence
Okay, here we go.
And to develop the ecosystem. As I showed in the use cases earlier, Hedera is the clear leader in the enterprise DLT market.
Facts.
And the task force acknowledged this as an important market for us to accelerate the growth of. But we were also focused on how to win the entire DLT market, not just enterprise.
Wow.
That required a bold decision to allocate 10.7 billion Hbar, as of this moment, worth approximately $500 billion.
What? 500 billion?
That's roughly 20%
no, 5 billion.
of the total supply to be devoted to accelerating ecosystem development initiatives for many years to come. Of course, the task force cared deeply about the qualifications of the foundation management team and their ability to execute this mission over the coming decade.
That is huge right there.
Today, it is my pleasure to announce the new independent Hbar Foundation. And to talk about this new initiative,
the
its
leak
mission,
was correct.
Its goals, I'd like to welcome the CEO of the Hbar Foundation, Shane Higdon, excuse me. Welcome, Shane.
This is kind of crazy right
Vance, thanks so much. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you listening from around the globe. As you know, cryptocurrency and DLT are transformative technologies because they enable people to form digitally native communities, controlling their own assets, identities, data, marketplaces, economies, and more. Anyone these days can create economies that they choose with their members in control. And these economies have to be fair to use and open to access. And we've seen this begin to form in gaming, sustainability, payments, DeFi, just to name a few. Hedera has proven that networks which are scalable and secure from the ground up can drive unstoppable levels of innovation to the masses. And more importantly, we see that Hedera has the opportunity to build an unparalleled network effect by bringing others together, individuals and businesses from around the world, to form these economies with user control and decentralization at the core. So today I'm excited to share that we've created the foundation, as Matt said, an entity created with the sole purpose of making the vision a reality through the growth of the Hedera ecosystem. We are here to empower you, the builders, the creators, innovators, and individuals to solve global issues, create a fair and open economy enabled by tokenized assets, and to drive the distributed workloads of the future with Hashgraph technology. Whether you're a developer, an investor, a company entering space, our mission is to provide you with the resources to start building now. Next slide.
You guys know how big
who
this
is
is,
the
right?
Hbar Foundation? We're a group of tech executives experienced at scaling businesses, creating and supporting new ventures in both public and private companies. Most importantly, we're intellectually curious in all things and with a thirst for entrepreneurship and innovation. Not to mention, we've got an extensive crypto and DLT experience. We understand specifically, though, the unique value and superiority of the Hashgraph technology. And I guess as importantly, this is for us at least a 10-year endeavor, and we will thoughtfully deploy our treasury with the utmost rigor and prudence. I'm also pumped today to announce that we've created the first tokenization and DeFi fund, which will be allocated over the next 6 months. This fund's going to provide support for projects that may be issuing tokens, building new businesses, bridging to other networks, and so much more. So please visit our website, hbarfoundation.org/apply to apply for funding today.
Yo, Kuzi, thank
You
you.
may not have known who I am or seen or paid attention to the names in Discord, Telegram, or Twitter, but let me tell you, we've been watching. I've personally been researching and investing in projects like Hedera for a while now, and there is nothing like this project. And more importantly, there's nothing like this community of H-Barbarians. So I'd like to thank the likes of Jesse and Brandon at the Hedera Forum, King Solomon, H-Bar to the Moon, Credible Crypto, who's live tweeting right now, Nick the Crypto Crusader, and so many others. Too many to name.
Not me, right?
They
No,
have
never
created
mentioned me.
unique and engaging content, incredible insights, and fueled the growth of this community and ecosystem. We have a lot of work to be done. And we at the H-Bar Foundation are excited to join you in that revolution.
That is amazing.
It's great to be a part. Lehman, over to you.
They'll never mention me, by the way.
Thank you very much. If we can go to the next slide.
Yes, Lehman, let's go.
We have done a lot. We have seen a lot and have accomplished a lot with you, the community, over the last 2 years. So we started with an extremely fast system, a great council. We had the highest level of security, ABFT. So there's no leader. You can't shut down the leader and shut down the whole network, or play follow the leader and shut down the whole network, because there is no leader. We had the highest level ABFT of security with incredible speed. And then over the last 2 years, we've continued to add things. And so if you look at what we have done, in addition, after OA, in the next 2 years, if you go to the next slide, you'll see that we did the Hedera consensus service. This was something we did early on that allows you to, at the native layer, write your code in any language you want as a separate network, like a private network, like Hyperledger, EA, or Corda, any of those three. You have a plugin at the bottom, and then Hedera is putting your transactions in order and giving them timestamps.
Man, I love Lehman, dude.
You have the full trust of the Hedera network. And so it enables you to do any logic you want in any language you want with what would be a private network, using existing tools for private networks, but with the trust of Hedera. You can even encrypt everything. So it really is a private network. Hedera is just putting encrypted transactions in order. It can't even tell what they are. So this is what we did with the consensus service. And what it does is it gives you the speed and flexibility of a private network, but it also gives you the trust of Hedera at the same time. But then we went beyond that. And if you go to the next slide, we went to the token service. Early this year, we rolled out the Hedera token service. And this allows you to create tokens. You can create fungible tokens on Hedera. You can create non-fungible tokens on Hedera, NFTs. And anyone can create them. And then you have the incredible speed of a native layer token, which means you're doing 10,000 transactions a second of token transfers. And not only that, at native layer, these tokens are able to do things like enable built-in governance. We have KYC systems if you want to use it. We have the ability for administrators to mint and burn or not. You have the choice of whether you want to build that in. We have the ability for you to set up complex administration organizations. Like you could say, well, there's 3 organizations, any 2 of them have to approve a mint or burn. And within an organization, there's a bunch of these people and a majority of them have to vote for it. You can set up all of that at the native layer. You can, of course, do things like that in smart contracts at a higher layer, but this gives you the native layer speeds. And then most recently, what we've added to our NFTs and our token service is custom fees. If you want to, you can actually create a token, an NFT or a new fungible token type if you want, and you can define fees that you will receive every time it is transferred between 2 people. Or you can set it up without that and guarantee to people, I'll never charge fees. But if you want to, you can create tokens and they'll be moving around with fees. And with all of this running at the native layer speeds without having to use a smart contract, just at native layer speeds, it is incredibly cheap. So 1/10 of a cent to transfer a token. And even for the token that has all of this built-in governance and a token that has these custom fees, still just 1/10 of a cent for every transfer of a token. All of that is built in. That's what you get with tokens at the native layer with all of these features also at the native layer without needing smart contracts.
Blows every project out of the water.
If you do need smart contracts, we also have smart contracts. So we've had smart contract service from the beginning, and this allows you to do arbitrary logic. It's solidity. You can take smart contracts from Ethereum and run them on Hedera without changes. So you can do that. So you can do ERC20s and so on that have incredible flexibility. It's a Turing complete language. You can do anything. But we are now adding smart contract service 2.0. This
Another announcement
is going to
here.
be speeding up smart contracts immensely, hundreds of calls per second. It's going to be adding hooks where the smart contract service can access these native tokens that people can create. And so not only can the smart contract be an ERC20 that manages its own token and every transfer happens inside the smart contract, it could also manage a token you build at the native layer on Hedera, where you don't have to call the smart contract for most operations on the token, and you just use it for those things that you need it. So you use the infinite flexibility of a Turing complete language when you need that power, and you use the infinite speed, the extreme speed of the native tokens when you need that speed. And so that is what we are bringing. We are switching EVMs to the Bezu EVM, which is better. It was created as part of Hyperledger. We have created a new kind of database. It's actually basically a NoSQL database that we've written from scratch, designed specifically for the exact Merkle tree situation that we are dealing with. And of course, it's open source. You'll all be able to use it.
Bro, this is the chosen one.
Soon to give you fast programmability, fast smart contracts. This is just the tip of the iceberg of things that are coming soon. These things are being built by our engineering team, and we have a world-class engineering team. These people are creating, like I told you, this new kind of NoSQL database just for being able to do these things, smart contracts fast, and we'll apply them to other things as well. That's being released open source. They've been doing these amazing other things. All these features you've been seeing that you've been hearing about, they're doing that. And the engineering team is going to tell you about even more features that are coming in the near future. And we'll tell you about that. I am very impressed with this engineering team. I should point out that what did they build? They build the things approved by the council. Well, how does the council get these ideas? From the community. With the Hedera improvement process, the HIP process, the community has been giving us the features to build.
I have some shit to say after
this. The council approves them, and this engineering team is building them. I love the way that we're working with the community. So to tell you more about it, let me turn it over to our VP of Engineering. Richard, could you go ahead and if we can go to the next slide, let's have Richard.
Awesome.
Man, Hbar is the
Lehman.
chosen one.
I'm really excited to be here today to talk about our roadmap. So my responsibility here today is to talk about the roadmap and some of the things that we are working on in a little bit more detail in that section that Lehman was talking about. So we've taken our roadmap and we've broken it down into 5 basic categories. And the first one of those categories that we are going to talk about is community. So as Lehman was saying about HIPs, here at Hedera, one of the things that I love about Hedera, one of the reasons that I was so interested in coming and working at Hedera was because we
I need that
do
hat.
love open source and we embrace the open development model. It's a very exciting thing for an engineer to be able to work in that type of an environment. And, you know, our open development philosophy goes all the way back to the very beginning when we define what sort of features and functionality we're going to be building on the system. And so the HIP process, the Hedera improvement process that Leeman talked about is an essential part of that. And anyone can submit a new HIP and we will analyze it, look at it, figure out what it is that, you know, how we can integrate that into the platform, and all those HIPs become available then for inclusion in the system. So a really good example of this is that HIP 18 that was talked about a little bit earlier, the custom fees HIP. That was actually, it didn't come from us. That one was defined by our customers at Galaxy. And there was
have increased the price before
in the GitHub repos conversations area for communication between all the different people. And we had a lot of different people in the community who were really interested in that HIP. And so we actually did take some things that were on our schedule and shifted that out and made room for that so that we could be very responsive in taking the ideas that are coming from you guys, from our community, from our customers, and implement that on our network. So the custom fees HIP was a good example of that. Another example is auto associate that you can see here, flexible association for tokens. So each account in our system can have 1,000 different tokens, and some percentage of those tokens with this new HIP, you can set aside for auto association so that anybody could automatically give you tokens and you don't have to go through a longer process to accept them. So we're adding that feature, and another one that was coming directly from the community. There's also another HIP that we're working on that is about being able to pause an account. So there's a lot of these HIPs are actually coming from the community. We have some that we contribute in as well.
Pause an account?
Next couple points, but these HIPs, they come from everybody, and it's a wonderful system. It helps us know what we should build and make sure that we're building exactly what's interesting to you. And it's all open source. You can go to our GitHub repo for the Hedera improvement proposals, and you can scan and see what HIPs are there. You can look at the ones that have been forked, and which is where people are submitting new ones. You can go and see what they're about to submit and participate in that whole process. Everything that we do on the network that's going to change the API, change the way that the system works, is going to be part of a HIP. So that working as part of the community is really important to us. And the other thing that I'm really excited to talk about this morning that Leeman led into is the smart contract work that we're doing. So we are enhancing our smart contract service to this 2.0 version to be able to support the Hedera token service and the Hedera consensus service with native integrations.
So this was the second announcement, by the way.
We've heard from you, from our community and our customers, that you want a fast, fair, and secure EVM. And we are providing that for you. You have all the wonderful native on-chain functionality like HTS and HCS that gives you the best speed and value. But sometimes you just need programmability. You need to be able to extend the behavior of the system. You need to be able to provide some additional functionality. And so that's what we're trying to solve. And as Leeman had mentioned, we looked around at a bunch of different solutions, a bunch of different possible directions that we could go with this. And we settled on Hyperledger Besu. Besu has an EVM implementation, and we are actually contributing back to Hyperledger Besu. There's a couple contributions that we are making. One is to help modularize their EVM better, to make it easier for us to collaborate with the Hyperledger Besu community. And the second thing that we've been working on with them are performance fixes. We've been doing a lot of performance profiling, performance work on the Besu EVM. And we're contributing all those performance tests and performance work back into the community. As I mentioned previously, right, to us, open source is not just lip service. It's really the way that we like to live. It's what we want to do. And we are making those contributions back. So ultimately what this means is that we're adding in some precompiled contract support into our contracts as well that is going to allow you to make calls into, for example, HTS to Mint, burn, or transfer. So it gives you the best of both worlds. You get all the speed and security of our native tokenization, but you also get programmability.
Man, this is like a lot of stuff.
The next thing that's kind of near and dear to my heart, I mean, okay, look, when I drive down the freeway or whatever, I'm really a good driver, all right? But when it comes to code, I'm a speed freak. I just love
Noah, thank you so much for that.
And scalability.
Appreciate
it's one of
you.
those things that I've always enjoyed in programming and software engineering. And I just love that here at Hedera, we take our performance and scalability extremely
I've got some
seriously.
stuff to say after this, folks, so stay tuned.
For ways that we can level up, that we can take it to the next level. We're always looking at how we can increase the number of entities that we support in our system, from NFTs or accounts to smart contract data. And to be honest with you, that was one of the things that we've been working really hard on with that custom database that Lehman was talking about. We've got to stay ahead of the demand curve. And we know that as we bring these smart contract capabilities to market, there's a lot of demand to build things on that. And we know what that scale is going to look like. And so it was really important that we were able to design a system that would allow us to take all that storage that these smart contracts need and store them in an on-disk Merkle format. And we looked at all kinds of different possible solutions for this. We looked at a bunch of stuff off the shelf. We looked to see what our competitors were doing. We looked to see what everybody was doing. And we decided that we really needed something very specialized here that would give us the ultimate performance and the ultimate scale. So there's some really cool stuff that we're working on there. And I should mention that the work that we've been doing with Besu to integrate that into our platform, and also this work on our database, these are all HIPs that are being written and posted on our website. If they're not there yet, they'll be there in a couple hours. So, please go and contribite to those. Look at what we're doing and give us your feedback.
This is really big stuff,
on the performance
folks.
Side, a bunch of things on the mirror node. So we have a mirror node. It has tons of transaction history, and as the usage on the 1.6 billion transactions, as that goes to 10 and 20 and 50 billion transactions, we have to make sure that the mirror node is ready. And so we're working on that to make sure that it can deal with the scale, the number of read requests that are going to come, and just the amount of data that we're going to need to support. So all that stuff kind of goes into our performance and scale. The fourth section is decentralization. And as Mance mentioned, this is really important to us. And we've been on that path to decentralization. And along that path, one of the key things that we've had to do is to work on automation. We got to make it so that running nodes is completely effortless, that you're able to just run the node and it does everything as automatically as possible. So part of this is that we've been adding support to self-diagnose and self-heal in the case of various failures.
You'll see that staking rewards right there.
For example, if we lose a network connection, or if somebody strips over a power cord, or your hard drive fails and you have to swap it out, whatever your situation might be, as soon as you repair that and bring the node back online, it automatically talks to all of its peers, figures out where it's at in history, synchronizes up to the latest state, and then it's able to just pick right back up where it was at before without intervention. So we're working on that capability. And that leads us to the ability to have these permissioned community nodes to extend our decentralization story. And as we do that, you'll be able to run those permission nodes by keeping your costs down, basically just running the hardware, and the thing's going to run in autopilot. So that's really where we're going with our decentralization story. And the last category is developer ecosystem. We have a number of different SDKs today. We have Java, JavaScript, Go. We're adding React and
We're going to talk about the announcements, by the way.
SDKs. So that if you're doing mobile development or you're doing cross-platform development, you'll have an SDK at your disposal as well for delivering those types of applications.
Man, this is so
We're
big,
working on our dev portal. We're going to be making it more interactive. We're going to be adding more demos. The goal there is to just make this the easiest platform for developers to get up and running with, to learn and to understand. We're putting effort into our API design and making sure that things are backwards compatible. And, finally, I just wanted to say that, we understand that success for our customers isn't just what we do here at Hedera. Success for our customers is an ecosystem play. It depends on a whole variety of different pieces of the market working together, from wallets, exchanges, custody providers, oracles, and more. There's a lot of different pieces that fit in here. And so we have this big long bar at the bottom there is sort of a continuous operation. We're continually adding new integrations and working to enhance the integrations we have to make this a truly wonderful platform for people to be able to develop on and deploy their applications to and solve real business needs. And I think that's the other thing I love about Hedera. We are about solving real business needs. So that's kind of just a whirlwind tour going through the things that are on our roadmap. Hope to see you on our open source projects and to hear from you, contributions. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Lehman.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. This is exciting.
Yes,
you
Lehman,
guys
Lehman.
are doing an amazing job.
Lehman.
So in the last 2 years at OA, we had an amazing system. And in the last 2 years, a lot has been added to it. When we started at OA, we called it beta. And now, after all these things that we have added, we are, if you will click to the next thing,
he looks excited.
We are going to announce it as version 1. So we have added enough to this, so we are just calling this version 1. This will be something to come in the near future. We will no longer call it beta, we will call it version 1. Of course, the source code is already released. You can see that, you can watch it upgrading, and you can get involved in the HIP process and just see what's going on. So this is a great milestone. In addition to all of this, we are celebrating our anniversary by doing an auction. So we're going to donate to charity. We have donated some things. I actually have some coins that I minted way back in 2018, right before OA, a few months before OA. And you can see that it's a metal coin with holes in it. So I've donated them.
That thing looks
Only
sick.
created 2 of them. I stamped in serial numbers by hand with a hammer, and I've donated them to Hedera to auction with all proceeds going to charity. There is a charity in Dallas for homeless mothers. I can't imagine what it would be like to be homeless, much less being a mother with children while being homeless. Anyway, it's going to be donated to those. And so we're going to auction off these coins. Man's going to auction off a book that inspired the organization of Hedera. We have a community member that's going to auction some jewelry. All of these will go to charity.
The book.
And how are we doing an auction? We are writing software. We've written software that allows you to auction with multiple nodes involved, and then using Hedera. And it's going to happen on the 21st, September 21st, this month, not very far away. And it will last for 48 hours. It'll start at noon Pacific time on the 21st and go for 48 hours.
I might have to bid.
Anyone can come in and do bids on it. And it's using the whole system. So it's using new software we wrote just for auctions, but it's also using Hedera. It's also using HCS. It's also using scheduled transactions, which is another feature that we've done in the last 2 years or this year even, that we haven't even mentioned on this video. Lots of features we've added that aren't mentioned. But it uses all of them and it brings them all together. The source code will be released open source. Everybody can use it. And we will be demonstrating an auction. And I hope you'll enjoy it.
I might have to place a bid. I might have to.
So that is the auction that we'll be having very soon.
I might have to.
So that is it. Over the last 2 years, what have we done?
Hey, we're going to give a summary of all this.
What have you done with us as a community? You've given us inputs and we've implemented your inputs. You've helped us build all these applications on top of us. Well, you've built all the applications on top of us. We've helped you to build all those. We have built a council that is just amazing. Our latest member is the #1 ranked IIT in India by some lists. I'm just so happy to have the council members that we have. We have now established this ecosystem fund of $5 billion worth of Hbars. So $5 billion. And we've established the Hbar Foundation will be part of what gets that, and others will as well. Other people will also be getting these grants. A lot has been happening over the last 2 years as we celebrate this anniversary, but you ain't seen nothing yet. Hello, future. There is a lot to come. Thank you.
Look at him in the corner. Are they gonna end it? Yo, these announcements, are they ending it or not? Look at him in the corner. Look at him in the corner. This is funny. What's going on? They gotta end the stream. Okay, yeah, we're gonna summarize what's happening or what happened with this. Okay, he turned his webcam off. He's laughing now? Okay, wow. That is funny. That's funny how they left it on. Okay. We need to describe what is going on with this, okay? What did they just okay, we just auto-played to another thing. What did they just do? This is big, okay? This is big stuff, okay? So there was special announcements, right? There was special announcements. 2 of them. 2, actually 3 if you include the NFT thing. Okay, let's check the Hbar price first, though. Okay, yeah, big red 5-minute candle when that was happening. Yeah, okay. Just like we said on TikTok, it's probably going to dump on the news. Okay, this is what that was, okay? They have released this. I've never seen a grant program with 2.5 billion in it. Okay, have you? I don't think I've seen a grant program with 2.5 billion in it. If anybody can list one, tell me, because they've allocated 5 billion. Okay, this shows you that the dang company Hedera is out for growth. It's literally out for growth. They care about the community. You even saw them shout out the community, right? They even mentioned what we've called ourselves, which is H-Barbarians. They even mentioned H-Barbarians. This is big, okay? And I wrote down something. I wanted to talk about the centralization aspect. Dude, Hedera Hashgraph has the key hybrid, centralized, decentralized thing. It has the exact thing that I think is going to be used by most of these people. Like, this is the future of how you actually run decentralization. I think they have it down. It's a governing council. It's a governing council with... it's a governing council. Like, it just makes sense, right? Instead of 12 developers making all the decisions, you have 30 corporations. Yeah. So we're still above 50 cents, but who cares about price, dude? If you just watch this and all you care about is price, you're going crazy. T-Jazz, thank you for the membership. If you just watch that whole thing with me, right? You just watched the whole thing with me, right? And you still care about short-term price action, you are in the wrong thing, dude. This is not about getting rich off this. This is about really seeing what this can do for the world, right? Don't be thinking about price action and all this weirdo stuff. We're focused on investing in the new internet, okay? And I'm focused on investing heavily in the trust layer of the internet. The trust layer of the internet. So I think they definitely have the model for decentralized companies in the future. They have the model down pat. They have the model. So the 2 announcements, they also changed up their smart contracts. They made enhancements. They're on Bezu now. I've never heard of Bezu, right? Never heard of Bezu, but apparently it's connected to Hyperledger, right? It's connected to Hyperledger. It's the Hyperledger Bezu EVM right here. Hyperledger Bezu EVM. So they changed EVMs. This is very important stuff. So the announcements weren't things that are easily understandable by like the average person, you know? People wanted a Coinbase listing, blah, blah, blah. No, this is real growth moves. While we were watching, I tweeted this out. Hbar literally is making some of the biggest and best moves out here out of any project. I am such an Hbar maxi, okay? Not a maxi, but just an Hbar, just the definition of a H-barbarian. I've been bullish for 8 months straight on this. No wavering. Can you explain more about them mentioning know your customer and KYC? Man, I didn't know. I forget what they mentioned about that. What did they say about that? I didn't hear that. KYC was optional. KYC was optional. That's what they said. Bezu, the Bezos from Walmart. Yeah, this is insane. Like, I hope some of you guys, if you guys are developers. Oh yeah, they also took some shots at Algo, kind of. They also took kind of some shots at Algo by saying that they are the greenest, right? If we look up Algorand greenest blockchain, watch this. Algorand has pledged to be the greenest blockchain, right? This was like an official announcement from Algorand saying that they're pledging to be the greenest blockchain. But then we saw here they compared Algorand with Hedera, and you can clearly see that Hedera blows it out of the water, right? Insane. Like, this is some very, very good stuff. I think personally they knew there was going to be thousands and thousands of people watching this, so they wanted to do a nice little summary. You notice how they covered the literally they covered like the whole journey. I know this is the 2-year anniversary, right? So it makes sense to cover your journey, but they started off with a great look, this is a new presentation. Like, they started off with a great presentation about what Hedera is, the problem, and then calling Hedera the solution. So they wanted all the new people, thousands of people, to get a reminder of what this is, right? They needed to get a reminder. Hedera is not a blockchain. Yes, I think that's its strength, is that it's not a blockchain. It is brand new. It's hash graph. That's one of its strengths, is that it's not blockchain. Blockchain is slow. Blockchain is slow, dude. Compared to Hashgraph, Hashgraph is like infinitely scalable. Literally, it's literally infinitely scalable through some ways. So, man, they mentioned the community too. Of course, they don't mention me. They will never mention me. But that's okay. The only thing I wanted to hear them mention was Credible Crypto, right? I think Coinman, the H-Barbarian, was in there maybe. But the shout out to the community is so important because that means they're listening, right? They even told you that they get all their ideas from the community. They get all their ideas from the community. Yeah, so that's just amazing. Every token is the token. The token is already here. It's Bitcoin. The fact that you're calling Bitcoin a token means that you don't know what you're talking about. That's crazy. Bitcoin is nothingness compared to Hedera Hashgraph. Absolute nothingness. Yeah, King Solomon. Yeah. I just think, like, they know me, bro. I've gotten them millions and millions and millions and millions of impressions on social media. But it's okay. I'm okay. Maybe I'll get a shout out down the road. But that's okay. All I wanted to hear, yeah, King Solomon, that was great. But, dude, come on. Millions? Literally, probably 30 million impressions on TikTok. But that's okay. I hold Hbar, but after watching Coin Bureau's video on it, I'm discouraged to increase my... Coin Bureau's video is trash. Coin Bureau's video is garbage on Hbar. Coin Bureau's video is a hit piece. Go watch the video breaking down Coin Bureau's video. That video is garbage. I respect Coin Bureau a lot. I appreciate Coin Bureau. One time he put me in one of Coin Bureau's articles when I had like a little bit of followers on TikTok. But yeah, that Coin Bureau Hbar video is garbage. Trash. So we're going to continue the live stream a little bit. This has been an hour 30 already. Let's check out what Twitter is saying though. Let's check out what Twitter is saying. Wow, Wendy O and 7 others? Wendy is Wendy into crypto? Wendy, is she into Hbar? I don't know. Is she? If you guys, okay, this guy needs a follow. I'm gonna follow this guy. He follows me, dude. The Hbar Foundation dude follows me. This is the new CEO. So we've got Lehman Baird as CEO, and we've got this guy, Shane Higdon. I liked how he was talking. He was talking real good. This is the guy who gave the shout out. Right? That's the guy who gave the shout out to the community. And this is the Hbar Foundation. Let's check out the website. I've never been on this. Brand new stuff. Build your securities? Identity. This is the new Hbar Foundation. This was the announcement. Brand new established Hbar Foundation, right? I absolutely think this is the best announcement that we could have got. Even better than a Coinbase listing. Because I'm about growth. I don't care about a price pump off Coinbase listing. I don't care. I care about actual growth. And this is the definition of growth. Giving some of that treasury money, right? 2.5 billion. they're allocating 2.5 billion to the community for grants, building different things, right? Man, this is such a good full circle moment. As you guys know, we hit 50K on this channel when Hbar hit 50 cents on the same exact time. So yeah, everyone said there was a big announcement. All Hedera said was there's a special announcement. Yeah, dude, this is big. This is super duper big right here. This is super duper big. Like, oh my goodness. Look at this. Watch this. They've earmarked up to 5.35 billion Hbars, which is currently $2.5 billion. Right? 2.5 billion. What do you think long-term holds could look like in 5 years? By 2025, everything, the whole world should be changed. They've been speeding up this process. Make sure y'all are dropping a like on the video too. Make sure you drop a like. Let's get to 800 likes. I know we can do it. Man, that was really, really dope. Coinbase is not listing Hbar. No. Many people thought that was the announcement though. This is significantly better than that. That little pump was nothing of what's to come. Yeah, exactly. It looks like we're chilling like at 50 cents right here. We don't need Coinbase. we truly don't need Coinbase. But if you know, they were actually looking. Coinbase Hedera hash graph. They were actually looking. I always show this because it's just so weird that they've stopped. They've stopped on July 31 of 2020. They actually. This is an old article, July 31. They actually you see, they were looking at Hbar. They were also looking at reserve rights, Helium, Ampleforth, Balancer. Right? They were looking at some of these tokens, Ocean, Theta. Those are the ones I like out of these. They were looking to add those to Coinbase. So, man, it takes a while, I guess. Takes a while. Let's go check out that Hbar Foundation website, though. Let's look. Look, they're saying build your payments. Look, you can apply for funding already. Let's unlock your potential together. Project funding, operational support, project awareness on the Hedera network. Dude, you can... This is so big. This is so big. Okay, he keeps repeating the same phrases. So what does this mean? You need to understand the technology and you don't. Detroit Hacker, you're donkey of the day, bro. Detroit Hacker is donkey of the day. Hold on, we got to pick up the donkey. Donkey sound effects. Donkey of the day goes to Detroit Hacker. Watch my 40-minute video. I have a 40-minute video, 5 hours of research on Hbar condensed into 40 minutes. Smart contract service was huge. No shit, it is huge. Here's the donkey of the day for Detroit Hacker here. Donkey of the day. Dude thinks I don't understand anything. That's messed up. I'm sorry. That's messed up. I'm sorry. That's messed up. That's messed up. Dude, go watch my 40-minute video going over the research I've done on Hedera. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Hbar isn't like these dog coins. It doesn't want crazy pumps. Exactly. Yeah, this is big, folks. This is real big. Real big. Do you think it's still a good time to invest in Hbar? Well, you would be buying all-time high, right? You would be buying all-time high. Essentially, like you would be buying up this pretty big run-up, but some people would argue that you would be stupid not to buy Hbar at 50 cents. A ton of people would say you would be stupid not to buy this, right? Like in the future, people will, in my opinion, in the future, people will be looked at as stupid for not buying Hbar at 50 cents, right? Literally. Do you agree that it'll go to 96 cents like Weatherman? I think it'll get to 90. 90 cents, a dollar, right? That's all I want to see, really. Mason, I see you're having a hard time bringing people on right path. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just bought more. Nice. What's the lowest it can get? Dude, who cares, dude? Hbar is a coin that you should not care about price action. I can't believe people watched through that whole thing and are still talking about price action, dude. You clearly can see what this is. Clearly can see what this is. This is bigger than price action. Forget all about the price action. Stack your bags and just hold. Let's see what Twitter is saying, though. What is Twitter saying about this? Let's see. Any Hbar live stream was getting me hyped. Yeah, this was some big stuff. How soon do we reckon we can hit $1? I want to see it by the end of the year, but I'm not sure that's gonna be. I'm not sure that'll happen. It depends. Like where are we really at in the crypto market right now? We're literally sitting. I feel like social media is propping up the entire market right now, to be honest. Mason, you said Hbar would 100x from the 10 cents. We search for gold in every single aspect of our lives, and we always find it. Exactly, dude. So, that was a great stream, right? I'm going to keep this up on the channel. I appreciate everyone. Make sure you go follow me on Twitter right here. Bullish Hbar tweets all the time. Giveaways all the time on the Twitter. Go follow me. There's the username right there. But yeah, amazing stream. Appreciate everyone watching. I can't believe they shouted out the community, direct people. That's how you know this is a strong project. They actually... Have you ever seen Ripple shout out King Solomon? No. Have you ever seen Ripple shout out King Solomon? No, that doesn't happen. Which kind of makes sense because they're exposing a lot of stuff. But yeah, make sure you follow the Twitter, right? Join the Crypto Night Discord. We have a good AMA tomorrow. We've got an AMA with an NFT project tomorrow. Join the Telegram. Yeah, dude, Instagram. If you want a more personal version of me, right? You can follow on Instagram right here. I post weird photos of myself like this. I post some videos about gratefulness right here. Some videos about manifestation if you're into that. Follow there. Appreciate everyone watching. Shout out the Gold Squad, of course. Big shout out to the Gold Squad. Also, all the super chats that were going on during the thing, I appreciate them. I couldn't really get to them because I didn't want to talk over the video. Yeah, get in the Telegram right here. Join the Telegram. You're not in the Gold Squad if you're not in the Telegram. Join the Crypto Night Discord. Free Discord. How many members do we have now? Let's check it out. We have a lot of members right here. We have a lot of members in the Crypto Night Discord right here. And look, I even have an Hbar section. I have an Hbar section. If we scroll down, come over to the Crypto Night Discord. Come into the Hbar section right here. This is the Hbar section. Let me put a Hbar GIF. Hold on. What? There ain't no Hbar GIFs? Oh, there we go. Look at this. Come over to the Hbar section. We can talk about some Hbar. This is the Discord. You can join premium if you want to. You don't have to. Yeah, Crypto Night. So that's all we've got. Hbar to the moon, of course. Hbar to the moon. Thank you everyone for watching. Man, I want that coin. I might have to bid. Angela, hello? Look at your coin. I want that Hbar coin though. I want that Hbar coin. I want that Hbar coin. There's an NFT auction. You want to read the book inspired by Hedera? Yes. Dude, G Hustles, facts. Somebody said they're auctioning off a book that inspired the company Hedera Hashgraph. I wonder if it's a book about Hedera Ivy. I wonder if it's a book. You gave me a shout out on the Hbar live stream. Another deep dive coming soon. Yeah, I want to do a live stream just like this with Ripple XRP decoded. I would love to. Where's the AMA? The AMA will be on the Crypto Night Twitch. But just join the Discord and you will be all set for it. Join the Discord and you'll be all set for it. You'll be all set. Here's the, where is it? The Crypto Night the Crypto Night Discord. Follow Crypto Night on all socials, by the way, right here. We just did an AMA with Network. If you guys want to learn about metaverses and shit. Metaverses. Oh, you can't even see it. If you want to learn about metaverses, I was in this AMA right here. Digital land and real estate is just absolutely mind-blowing. But that is all we've got. Appreciate all of you. Follow on Instagram. Let me turn my banner thing on. Right here. Twitter. Instagram. Join the Telegram. Discord. I look so stupid doing this. But yeah, another daily market update tomorrow, of course. I'll be giving my thoughts. We're going to see what the price action of Hbar does, even though most of us are probably just long-term holders. Yeah, it's just this stream today. So all the people who wanted a daily market update, watch this stream. At the start, we did the daily market update and my thoughts on the market. Love all of you. I'll be live on TikTok later, probably, for some more troll battling. But thank you, everyone. I love you all. And goodbye.